Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I just want to talk about a little bit about some things I've noticed. I do videos about people who are, they have this blend of narcissistic and histrionic behaviors, and they're basically the mean girls. The adults. They're adults now, the mean girls. Now they don't change their spots. Not at least that I have ever noticed. Now, one size doesn't fit all and everything. We know that. But I've never noticed any of them to change. They only get better at it. They only, are more skilled at how they're mean girl. Then they play the victim. If they do somebody wrong, they play the victim. They project, it's somebody else that's doing it. And, whatever they're really feeling negative about themselves or what they've done, deep down inside, maybe not on the surface, maybe they're not even aware of it, but they'll say that somebody else is doing that. Okay, that the other side, if it's going to be a side thing, they're the ones who are doing that. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about that. Okay, now, I believe that I say enough about the actual, person who's the one with the narcissistic histrionic blend of behaviors. But what about their cronies? Some call them, I can't remember the terms that other people use. I tend to just call them cronies. They're the ones that are, pardon the blinker, are all on their side, and they're basically, they could be different things. Maybe they just find the person as interesting. But at the moment, they're not, they're new to this person. They don't know, they haven't listened to this person enough, I'm talking about something online, and they don't know enough about them yet, but they find them interesting. Now, these people who are these adult mean girls, they can be rather interesting. They know to do this, to be interesting. Now, they can be drama queens. They're always on stage, very theatrical, wear a lot of makeup, bling, very loud, very, laugh a lot. I don't call it a laughter, I call it a cackle. It's very loud. Everything about them is loud. Okay. Like I say, none of this is one size fits all, but they do know how to act. Okay. Now, much of it is an act. They know how to reel people in by being, acting. They know how to, say that they're so this and they're so that and they're so loving and caring and all this, when deep down they're just adult mean girls. They are not, not. Now I'm going to talk about women on this, but it can be men too, males. Anyway. Okay, now their cronies, some of them are just like them. Some of them are wannabes. Some of them haven't developed their skills at it. Yet, they want to, and some of them are just looking for somebody who, like confirmation bias, somebody who's saying the same things they think and how they think it, and some of them are looking for drama, some kind of, bad drama, negative drama, talking bad about people, putting people down that don't deserve it. I should put this, that way. They don't deserve it. Or even drama, if somebody does deserve it, but they're doing the same kinds of things. But they want to have somebody that they're going to say is worse. They might not at all admit that they're wrong in any. Usually they don't. Okay, now these are the cronies, and that also can fit the actual mean girl, adult mean girl. But they want to hear what they want, what they like to talk about, what they like, and they don't care who they hurt in the process of just being mean, and like this gossip and stuff, the drama and the gossip and the talking bad about people, putting them down. They don't care. It's such a thrill to them. Now, there are some people who are rather innocent. They say this person's not going to saying. They see this person's kind of interesting, but then they start to hear, like some of their views that mean girl and their cronies, like, ooh, no, these people are disgusting. They are not at all what I want in my life. They're doing the same thing that they're, is the whole pot calling the kettle black kind of thing. They're doing the same thing, if not worse. And some people, they figure that out. It might take a while, seriously. It could take a while. And then they say bye-bye, they're out of there. And then they see that person, the adult mean girl, the main one, and the cronies, if they don't get their way, man, they come at a person. They come at them like you would not believe, especially if somebody dared to say something about their main adult mean girl. The main one. You're going to have them attacked, and they don't care how they attack. Some of them, like I said, one size doesn't fit all. Okay, like I was saying, the total hypocrisy of it all. They and it's fun. It's not funny. It's strange. It's very abusive. They'll say that somebody else is doing something while they're actually doing it themselves. I mean, at that same time, they are doing what they say that the others do or going to do. Like they predict what the others are going to do. And they're blind to that they're doing it, it seems. Maybe they know they're doing it and they're just saying that so other people will be looking for the other people to do it. The ones they say are going to do this. It's just amazing. It's sitting there, I'm sitting there with my jaw just hitting the floor going, can you not see that you are doing this exact same thing right now, right that minute? You are doing that, which you say that somebody else is going to do, and you're putting them down that they're going to do it. How dare they? They shouldn't do stuff like that. They're all wrong. They're all bad. When you're doing it yourself, the exact same thing. I can't say it enough. The exact same thing. Blows your mind. Blows my mind, at least. Okay, now at the same time, it doesn't. I have seen this my whole life. Seriously. These adult mean girls, and when I was younger, I usually don't talk about kids, but when I was a kid, I saw some of them that acted like that. They just weren't yet adults, and they hadn't, perfected their skills. But they're master manipulators. It's not just narcissistic people who are master manipulators, like some think. And I truly think the one with this blend, they are the worst. They are, as far as that kind of behavior, cool man. They know how to emotionally abuse others. And it can go into socioeconomically. And I don't know that they would go as far as to physically abuse somebody, but I don't know. Well, in some ways they do. In some ways they do. Okay. Yeah, I was wrong there. Yeah, I do know they can. Okay, now I'm well aware that, nobody's perfect. And we all have done things before, and then we say, well, it was somebody else's fault, just for a second, because it could include that. But these are ones who, they see it as always somebody else's fault. Sorry about that. It's never. And they're the type to say always and never. I'm not. But they always do that when they do this. That's kind of funny. But they will say, that it's, but when they do this, it's never in any way, shape, form, or fashion their fault. It's always that other person's fault. Now, what I'm trying to get a point is, some of us will say, well, yeah, I did do that, but there wasn't also another situation going on then. And it is true, there was another situation, something more to it. Not with them. It's never going to be something about them. Okay, I guess I wasn't recording when I was saying all that. Yeah, one of those. I don't know. Oh my goodness. But the music went off on my phone. It's going to always be something. So I don't know how much of what I recorded, before now, and I'm driving, so I'm not going to stop and listen. But anyway, what I was summing up was that a leopard doesn't change their spots. Some people think, oh, well, this one, that yeah, maybe they did something wrong, but it was a long time ago, and it wasn't all that bad. They're going to protect the behaviors. They're going to say the behaviors are not that bad. So that way, they're protecting their own interests, their own ways of being, by saying, it's really not all that bad what, she did, or he, some of it's he did this and he said that. It's really not all that bad. It's not enough for them to. And then they'll come add, why they got called on the carpet and they had to pay for it. And when they do, they just simply, they don't improve. And some will say, well, they were working on changing their behaviors and becoming a good person. No, they weren't. They're just working on how can they switch it to do whatever it is their end goal is, to do it and manipulate people into believing that they're changing. That's it. That's the whole game. And then, of course, they're going to have their cronies who just are, or wannabes who are just like, oh, yeah, they're so wonderful. They do stuff like that. They change and they make themselves so much better. It's their lives. And then, but that's because for the cronies, it meets their need. And these, it meets a need in them. And maybe not a need. It's more of it actually would be a want. But it's, like they're looking for that drama. They're looking for that confirmation bias. They're looking for, whatever they're looking for. That person is meeting it. They don't want to have to go out and find other ones. And it's going to meet that need. That to them is a need. Or they don't even think about it. It's a want. What they want to hear, what they want to see, the drama, the gossip, the chaos, the whatever. So somebody's going to take it away from them. Somebody's going to make it to where they have to go out and do, find somebody else. They've already found one that they're there for, and they're going to stick up for, and they're going to make sure anybody who dares to say anything negative about them is going to pay, because nobody takes away it's practically a drug. Now, the people will say things like addiction. I think is the wrong word, but you might look at it that way. It's there, it gives them that rush. Physio-psych was not my best class. So I'm not going to speak as an expert. I am a social and behavioral scientist. So I'm not going to say what it triggers and what it does, all that, no. But yeah, they're getting a kick out of it. It's just filling them up and making them feel like they're so important because they're associated with such a huge person, somebody who's way up there, somebody who's great and has all these followers and all these, people that are on their side. Yeah, and they do know how to give it to them, disperse their drug amongst them. Of course, I'm not meaning literally a drug, but yeah, that adult mean girl, she knows how to work it. And the older they get, they are more skilled in doing it. Okay, more skilled, and they're terrified. They're terrified that the cronies, that that behavior gets caught, and we can't say and do what we want. Oh no, we of course we can. We can be mean and verbally abuse anybody we want. That's how the life works. We can do whatever we want, and it doesn't matter if we hurt and harm other people. That's their mentality. Some of them. It's scary. All right, wrapping this up. Talk to you on another video.